Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, certified astrologer, and in this segment I'm going to be going over the new moon that is about to take place on October the 2nd, actually, that's Wednesday. And so this is going to be an interesting new moon. There's actually, interestingly, a mini moon going on right now that is worth looking at if you get a chance. Now, again, this is not the mini moon, this is the new moon. So let's go and get started. The main thing that I look at is, of course, new moon in Libra, and this is kind of a Libra is kind of a planet where there's Venus is the ruler of this, so there's an appreciation of beauty and some of the finer things in life. And Venus is in an important position as well. I mean, excuse me, Mars is in an important position as well, but more on that later. Let's take a look at Venus. Venus actually, first of all, the new moon is locked in the eighth house, and the reason I say locked is because eighth and 12th houses are kind of the subconscious. We don't actually get to see it manifest. So these are kind of the underlying psychological conditions that are taking place for humanity. So what I'd like to say is that this not only reflects the personal, but also political and societal as well. So this is kind of a transition point, and many times with new moons and full moon, you'll see transition points, and I think this is probably one of the ones where there's a transition, kind of underlying transition that may be manifest in a way that is at a deeper level, and that's manifesting in the midheaven, where there's kind of education, career type deal going on. That's not the only thing, kind of the outward identity that is there. And so, Scorpio, interestingly enough, Scorpio is the natural ruler of the eighth house. And when you have Venus there, and of course, Venus is the ruler of the new moon, then you have more currents of Venus on a deeper level. So again, um, understanding the inner workings of psyche and persona. Um, so we've gone over that. Now, what is interesting is that Aries is in the third house, and I think more importantly than that, what is important to note is that um, Mercury, of course, the new moon and Mercury are square to Mars. Mars is conjunct the seventh house. Again, first, fourth, seventh, and 10th are very important cardinal signs. They're called cardinal houses. So whenever you have at the cusp between the sixth and seventh house, then that is significant. So, kind of partnerships or coalitions or alliances are going to be kind of full swing going on, but um, this is kind of a catalyst, sometimes in a negative way. So there's kind of a push pull between Mars and this whole conjunction of new moon Mercury. Um, so that square allows, some people say square is a building block, so this allows tension and conflict allows for more growth. So basically what I'm trying to say is that Mars is connected to the new moon, and the new moon is connected to Venus. So all of these will play a role, at least in the next 2 weeks. So be on the lookout for that. And then also in the next 15 days, what you'll see is um, some Capricorn going on. Saturn is an important planet too in this chart because Capricorn is the ascendant, and Pluto, again, the kind of the deeper level transformation, underlying transformation, is also reflected by Pluto because, again, the natural ruler of this house is Pluto. Um, So that is what is going on in the heavens. Be on the lookout for this configuration right here: Venus, new moon, Mercury. And again, Mercury is kind of um, allowing for this to be um, enhanced. So Venus, Mercury, new moon, Mars. These are all the planets. This in this quadrant is what is important to look at. Now, what does this mean on a global scale? I think this is kind of understanding the coalitions and perhaps making some understanding and quelling the war that's taking place. Unfortunately, the geopolitical conditions that allow for the war to take place on an underlying proxy wars that we've seen develop in the Middle East, and arguably even Russia, Ukraine, some of the turbulent places in Africa that the media frankly doesn't give enough attention to. There's a lot that we miss in world news because there's more interest in certain high income countries and the happenings there, and also the immediacy of people that are living in high income countries have or a connection that they feel rather than impoverished countries. Somehow they're absent and invisible to people that are of high income. Um, so that was an aside, but the main thing is be on the lookout for this and use this on a personal level as well to for growth and transformation. I hope this has made some sense. Thank you for listening.